Hey everybody, good morning. We are out here at the Cox Ferry Wildlife Preserve out here. So it's a new space, a new run. We're gonna do some different things today I'm very excited about. But this is all a big test today. Yesterday I squatted and it was the first real leg day in probably 2 months. My legs are heavy today, so we're gonna see how that goes over. Today's gonna be a run and fish. So we have with us something that I purchased a couple months ago that I keep in my center console. There is a pond at the end of this run going that way, and then I'll run backwards to finish the run. So I'll run, then I'll fish, then I'll run back, and it'll give me a little bit of time to recover with these legs. But the thought that I'm taking into today actually comes from Acts 20, and it was the verse of the day. And you guys have heard this said before. Maybe you didn't know it was in the Bible, but it says, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." And as I thought about more blessed to give than to receive, I think that we all know this, right? Like when we've had an opportunity, say we've had a resource, and we've had an opportunity to keep it or to give it, that there was a significantly greater sense of fulfillment and satisfaction when we gave it so that someone else in need could have it. But I think what we learn is that when we give it, not only do we remember better how we spent it, but we also can look back with joy, knowing that we didn't waste it, right? And so even in our stuff, in our things, I think a lot of us think that what's going to make us happy is to pile up stuff, you know, whether it's the house or it's the land. You know, I'm at a season of life where man, I'd love to have several acres and a big house and a place where we can just camp out. And I think if I'm not careful, what I'll think is that won't make me happy, right? Actually, Jim Carrey said, you know, I wish everybody in the world could have everything that they ever wanted so they could realize that it's not what makes you happy, right? Even Jim Carrey, who is crazy, understands that it is more blessed to give than to receive. It was something we used to say at the gym all the time, and that is, what do you want to be in 20 years? So the work that we're doing today is going to impact who we become in 20 years from now. In 20 years, do you want to be a blessing or do you want to be a burden? And I think the way that we know that we're going to be a blessing in 20 years is that we give time now and take care of ourselves. So we give of our time, talents, resources, and we take care of the one body that God gives us. And sometimes that might feel a little selfish to take time for yourself for fitness, but I think you're truly giving when you do that. And maybe it's one of the least selfish things you can do is to take time every day or several times a week for your health, for your fitness, because I believe that's a gift. I believe that's an investment. And I believe that God honors that time where we take care of our health, because God has, you know, I want to believe that God has plans for me 20 years from now. If he takes me sooner, he can do that. He's God, right? But if I'm 39 now, when I'm 59, I want to be the blessing that God can use to continue making a difference in the world. And I believe that it's more blessed to give than receive. So that's the thought I'm taking into the run today. I don't know how many miles out it is or how many miles back. We're just going to run on these heavy legs. And we're going to have some fun. So join me. Let's get it. All right, so we changed the plan a little bit. Instead of running half the run and then fishing, we decided to run the whole run and then fish. So here we are, this beautiful, take a look around, this beautiful pond. And I'm gonna get a couple casts in here, and we're gonna see if we can catch a fish, because I can't imagine a better way to end the run today than with catching a fish. I've got a bullet weight, and I've got a culprit on an extra wide gap 3/0 hook. You can see that. You guys can see that right there. That's what we're working with. All right, let's get some casts in. All right, we got our casts in. We enjoyed a little bit of rest, not in the middle of the run, but at the end of the run. In fact, we're out now walking back to the truck. This thing is so much fun, and you know, we didn't get very many casts in. We didn't get any bites, but there's something to being able to break up a run, or at least include inside the cycle of a run, getting a few casts in. So if you're out there and you got trails and you know where a pond is and you want to hit me up, I'll take it. But looking back on the run, two big things. One is the legs did fantastic. Got 5 miles in, kept a 9:15, 9:25 pace. Legs were a little heavy, but I'm telling you, I smashed it yesterday. My legs, I squatted. I mean, that's the first leg workout I've done in a long time, and that's the hardest leg workout I've done, I mean, before that. So I'm proud. Got the run done with the thought on my mind, you know, it's more blessed to give than to receive, and just thinking about the fact that I want to be a blessing in 20 years, not a burden. And just to belabor that thought for a second before we hang up for the day is, you know, we all have people in our lives that are blessings. We all have people in our lives that are older than us, that maybe is a mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandparent, and they are a blessing. And we all have people in our lives that are a burden, people that we have to take care of, people that can no longer take care of themselves, people that have, you know, gotten to a place in their health where they just need others they depend on others in order to continue to live their lives. And I just personally, selfishly, but also for my family, for my kids, for my grandkids, I want to put that day of needing others in order just to function, I want to put that day off as long as possible. So I want to be a blessing as long as possible. And I want you to be a blessing as long as possible. So let's keep after it, you know? Let's be on mission. Let's be fiercely determined. And let's see what's possible. We'll see you soon.